Ron Harris here from MuscularDevelopment.com. Coverage of the Legion Sports Fest in Long Beach, California. Brought to you by Legion Sports Fest. Thank you, Legion. Standing here with Olympia men's physique champion, the very first one ever, Mark Anthony. How are you today, Mark?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mr. Harris?
Very well, very well. Now, we haven't seen you on stage for how long now?
The last show I did was 3 years ago at actually one of Chris Minnis' shows in Palm Springs. It was the Ferrigno.
Ferrigno Legacy?
Yeah, Legacy, yeah.
Which is sort of the predecessor to this show.
Yeah.
But you are making a comeback next year, am I correct? I don't want to give away everything. Now, let's do it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, you are switching over to Classic, am I right?
I am switching over to Classic. I made a decision that if I were to come back into the competition realm at this level, that I would want to challenge myself and potentially end my stage career the way I started it, with a posing routine. And
you started off in bodybuilding, right?
I started off in bodybuilding, where there was only bodybuilding for men, and now there's so many divisions, which is great. But I'd like to, end it. Not say end it, but finish my competition career with classic bodybuilding.
Because for physique, I assume you had to really keep from getting too big, because huge does not work well in men's physique. Did you have to change anything about your training? Is there any body parts you really had to focus on more, not once you decided I'm going to come back as a classic competitor?
Well, the funny thing is that when I first started in men's physique, they were telling me I was too large, right? And which is like fun. It's funny because today the men's physique guys potentially are bigger than the classic physique guys, because, as we all know, classic physique has a height and weight restriction. They don't, right? But I mean, you can see the ratios when you look at the top and then you look at the bottom. You see. So
they're top heavy.
Right, they're top heavy. Let's to say the least. But I definitely have a lot of work to do, which I'm excited about, because I want to challenge myself. I don't want to just come in and because a lot of people that want to see me lose and look terrible, but I want to come in and surprise everyone, having a balanced physique and being super shredded. So I'm looking forward to it. It's people like. This could be a detriment to your career. You're the best ever in the world at one point. And I said, you know what, that's cool. I want to be the best version of me at this point in my life.
It's not like they can take away that Olympia title. You earn that, that's forever.
Right.
So, if you try another division and don't become the Olympia champ right away, it doesn't mean you're a failure. You won an Olympia title.
Right.
How many people can say that? But let me ask you this. When Classic first came out back in 2016, were you already starting to think, this kind of looks cool, I think I'd like to maybe try that eventually someday?
Immediately when it came out, I was like, wow, I wish this would have come out when men's physique came out, I continued training my legs all throughout, my career. I mean, I love bodybuilding. I love training. So I train my legs. Now I just need to, put the right amount of muscle in the right areas now, a little bit of thickness in the back and some of the arms, into hamstrings, glutes, just to have more balance. And I think I can bring something that's pretty.
And we have a little sneak preview, a little news drop, guys. You filmed yesterday with Jason Ellis, the king of covers, for an MD cover.
I did. Yesterday, we timed it perfect. I saw Mr. Steve Blackman at the Olympia, and we hadn't had a conversation in a while, and he had said, wow, Mark, what happened? You look bigger, And I was telling him the same story about what we're talking about now, crossing or transitioning to classic physique. And he said, hey, I think we should do a cover. And I mean, this is something that's like mind-blowing for me. I never thought I would be on a cover of Muscular Development magazine, and the relationship that we have with High Tech Pharma, me being an elite athlete of High Tech Pharma, and they're a big supporter of the magazine. So. We love you, High Tech, Jared. Thank you. I love you, Jared. I love you, High Tech. It just worked out. It was the right timing, So I had the pleasure and privilege to shoot with Jason Ellis, the king of covers, and the honor and privilege to shoot for this MD magazine cover. Now, what brings you to this particular event, the Legion Sports Fest? What are you doing here this weekend? So I am co-hosting the Legion Sports Fest with Chris Minnis and Center Podium. As you know, the theme is a superhero theme, and he's chosen some of the Olympia champions and Olympians and created a sort of a character for all of us. Chris Minnis is, I feel, the visionary man. I think he's a very bright individual, someone I really admire and look up to in the promotion of the MPC and the IFBB Pro League. I think he's very innovative, and I'm really happy to be part of this weekend and seeing all you guys. You know, like here on the West Coast, we want to make it big and make it different and unique. So, as you guys see in the Expo, all the cool sponsors and stuff like that. So MD's here, you know.
Also, your character, I don't know if it has a name or anything, but your dog is actually in the cartoon, made the character too.
Yeah.
And in real life, your dog actually looks like a cartoon character.
So funny enough, this year, you know, Chris created a new look for me because I don't wear the braids anymore. Yeah. And he also added my dog Chino. Chino stole the show today, man. So
that dog was getting more attention than him by far. Everybody loved the 115-pound American bulldog.
American bully, yeah, 115
pounds.
Head
just buff, jacked.
And he just wanted to hug and kiss everybody. So.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be doing a much more extensive interview for our online report soon. It's going to be the cover story. That's going to be the January 2020 issue of MD, our New Year's special. We're very excited to have you on that. You know, because it actually makes a lot of sense. You know, it's a whole, what am I calling it? Classic comeback? Classic comeback. I already given you away all my corny title secrets. But looking forward to seeing you doing a seminar tomorrow also.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to a great show. Chris Minns, this is the first Chris Minns production I've ever attended, and I'm beyond impressed.
Yeah, what do you think so far?
Oh, dude, everything is just so well run. There's so many cool things to see and do here. Tomorrow I'm going to hope there's people in armor fighting tomorrow. I'm going to try to check that out.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very well produced. If you guys ever get a chance to go to a Chris Minns show, please, what's that say?
As a competitor, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I competed in his contest before, so on the other side as a competitor, everyone, even though it is only a pro show, everyone is treated like it's like the Olympia or the Arnold. Like he wants everyone to be treated like this is the best pro show. You're a top pro athlete, and this is how we honor you. You know what I mean? From the exhibitors, from the front end to the back end to all his staff, and now I'm co-hosting with him. It's like it's an amazing experience, and I'm glad that you're having a good one so far.
This is my first time back here in years, and I love it. So thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you, sir.
Like I said, we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more from this man in the next few months and the year to come. Mark Anthony's making a comeback. All you fans, the long wait is almost over. Thanks for your time, Mark. Appreciate it. We're having a great time here. Legion Sports Fest, Long Beach, California. Thanks for watching.